Good morning, ladies and gents, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are having a great start to your day. This week, we get to work on project 2, which is, so wonderful. It's basically a Valentine's Day gift. So you're welcome. You're welcome. So today we're going to be looking at the PowerPoint on logical fallacies. Logical fallacies are really fun to look at because they show a lot of really common flaws in logic, which is why they're called logical fallacies. Most of the logical fallacies have some Greek roots, so we might be getting some review of Aristotle and Plato and Socrates and all those cool guys. Several of the logical fallacies are actually in Latin, so you'll get to learn a little bit of Latin too, which is also exciting. And then we will find some logical fallacies as we look at our cases that we've chosen for Project 2. A lot of the ways in which newspapers cover cases actually lean heavily into logical fallacies. You'll see these in newspaper titles. You'll see these in news shows on TV. You'll see these all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Logical fallacies are present. Super present in politics and super present in legal trials as well. So a really good thing to be able to see and identify because they are so common. So there's a PowerPoint on logical fallacies. Check that out in the modules tab. I'll show you where in a second. And then you're going to work on writing the draft of your Project 2 essay. Once again, we talked about this being on an accelerated timeline as opposed to Project 1. Sorry, the weird noises in the background are my dogs who think that they're people and need to contribute to the audio of this video. Thank you, guys. If you hear weird noises, it's the dogs. So because this essay is on an accelerated timeline, you will need to work more quickly. So last time we talked about maybe write a paragraph a day. In this case, maybe write 2 paragraphs a day. If you start today, you can still get a really solid working draft done if you're planning your time that way. So maybe do your intro paragraph and body paragraph 1 today, do the next 2 on Tuesday, the next 2 on Wednesday, and by the time you get to the peer review on the 17th, you'll have a really solid working document that you can submit for peer review and hopefully get some really meaningful and helpful feedback on. Remember the peer reviews we talked about last time? Good heavens. They're so chatty. From a place of love and friendship, just demolish their essays. Please leave comments everywhere. Mark everything, because the more comments you give them, the more you're saying, I'm invested in your success and I want you to do well and I'm going to help you get there. And that's exactly the kind of support and message that we want to give to our classmates. So please invest in those peer reviews, give lots and lots of feedback. I know it's really terribly uncomfortable at first because you're like, who am I to be criticizing someone else's stuff? But you've been in the class too. You've learned all of this stuff. So help everyone make sure we're just checking all those boxes. If you're feeling insecure about checking their grammar or something, make sure it's an MLA format. Make sure they've got good in-text citations. All of that is stuff we've learned. And we have resources to help with that in a modules folder marked MLA format. There's also a modules folder marked grammar to help you with that. Lots of common grammatical errors discussed there. So really dig in and give each other the best chance at success here. And then you're going to be revising your essay over the weekend for one final round of peer review. The final draft of Project 2 is going to be due on the 25th. So keep that date in mind as you're working. Make sure you're giving yourself time to be successful there. So as I mentioned, we do have a lot of great resources in the modules tab for Project 2. I just want to remind you of those real quickly as we think about moving ahead and all the fun that entails. So if we look at the essay, here is the research outline and thesis worksheet. Please do make sure that you've watched this before you write your rough draft. I cannot emphasize enough how insanely helpful this video will be as you think about writing your essay. I'm not trying to make myself sound really good, like I'm the most brilliant lecturer ever. It just has really helpful information. So please check it out. There's also some help with signal phrases for quotes and paraphrases and summaries. As I'm reading through your Project 1 drafts, you've got great sources, but we tend to be a little bit repetitive how we're introducing those sources. So this link is going to help you vary that kind of structure more. I also have some sample essays, which I highly recommend taking a look at just because they can show you ways in which other people have thought about these ideas. And sometimes it's nice to have those additional perspectives. And then we talked about the logical fallacies. Here is that PowerPoint recorded lecture, so please make sure to check that out as well. Lots of good stuff for us here, so make sure you're using all your resources wisely and well. Let's see, we should do some extra credit because it's Valentine's Day and you've watched this whole video so far. So kudos, way to be awesome. To earn extra credit, send me an email or a message through the Canvas email service. And let's see, tell me the history of Valentine's Day. Not like its entire history, but Valentine's Day was instigated in celebration of a Catholic saint named Saint Valentine. So tell me about Saint Valentine's story, just briefly, in summary, a couple sentences, who he was and how he got sainted. And I'll give you extra credit because it's fun to know about the holidays we celebrate, and extra credit's fun. So it's a win-win kind of thing. Awesome. So send me that message if you want extra credit, and I will add those points for you. Have an awesome Valentine's Day, and let me know if you have any questions about Project 2.